Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Thursday Night Mini Healings. I'm Summer Avalon with Summer Avalon Healing Arts, and I am so glad you're here. So, tonight I think is going to be a fairly ordinary, basic night. I don't have a lot of energy, so no extra bells and whistles tonight, but I think it's still going to be a really good night. I'm going to switch over to chat. Yeah, I think it'll be a good night. So, let's see, I've got my book. Ooh, tonight, video number 73. That's a lot of videos. And there's more than that too, because I have just some basic videos that are mini healing videos talking about like what is healing, what happens on a Thursday night. There's one about my background. I've got a few Reiki videos, so a number of different things. So definitely more than 73 videos, but yeah, so I'm got my list. I'm thinking about what tools I'm going to use. Yeah. So I think we'll use my list that I've got over here. I actually printed it out, but I actually found it because there's been a few weeks where I print it out and then I misplace it. And at the last minute, I'm looking for it. But yes. So about 10 minutes in, we will start with our first group healing. And then after that, we will begin individual healings. If you are new, feel free to observe. And when you're comfortable, pipe in with a comment about what you want to work on. So I'm trying to think what. Let me see. So I've got a number of different options that we can do tonight. Let me see what we did last week. So last week we did brain balancing and aura strengthening. So this week I think we'll probably just do the aura strengthening unless we have anything specific that comes up. So I'll put out my list because I like to keep track. Yes. So between last Thursday and this Thursday, we've had the solar eclipse and a new moon. I know some of you are really sensitive to moon energy, so let me know how you're doing. Because every once in a while, I get a few of you saying you've got some things going on, so then we'll do a little bit of work on that. But mainly if you let me know. So I'm going to pick and see which tool we're going to use tonight. So let me just see. Seems like lately we focus on just a couple, but they're sort of interesting, the ones I've been focusing on. So I think we're going to start by working with a negative beliefs chart. Valerie, hello, welcome. Glad you're here. Just going through my tools. I was just chatting to myself before anyone came in saying, it might not be a really exciting session, but we'll get lots of basics done. I don't have a lot of energy for extras tonight. I can't go yell at them. Oh. But I've got 2 sections left for that piece that I sent you. So two naps? Oh, a 2-nap day during the week. Oh, that just sounds really nice. Oh, and there is Jane. Welcome, Jane. I'm chatting with Joan on my phone right now. So I'm encouraging Joan to have some amazing time in nature right now and not being here, although she will be missed because Joan is a wonderful asset to the group. You might have to keep that up, napping, Valerie. Twice a day, though. That's very nice. So in 4 minutes, we will start with our first healing pulse. Oh, and there is Anne Marie. Anne Marie, I've been wondering about you. So we'll do a check-in with everybody. Oh, and there is Marina. Welcome, Marina. So I was just telling people I don't have anything special planned. I'm a little fried. I'm still working on school stuff. But there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Or at least let's hope. Unless there's a blackout. So in 3 minutes, we are going to start our first healing pulse. So if you are new here, a healing pulse is healing energy that goes to where you direct it. So if you are dealing with some physical issues, that's pretty easy. You're going to want to direct the energy to those physical areas. But what if what you're working on or experiencing is emotional or anxiety? Think about where you feel those energies. Like anxiety, do you feel it like in your chest? Does your throat get tight? Or is it in the bottom of your stomach? Oh, and there's Joanne. Oh. So, Joanne, has that been since the new moon and the solar eclipse, or has that been for a while? So, and I know, Anne-Marie, you've had some sleep issues too, but I think yours started before the new moon. So I know some of you are really moon sensitive. So think about it. I don't know if we need to do some moon work tonight, but maybe we might have to. So we will do our first healing pulse in a bit. So Anne-Marie, I'm going to put you on the list for working on that. Maybe Valerie, but if nothing else, that sounds good. Okay, so let me just make sure I didn't miss anyone. So Valerie has fallen off a horse. So Valerie, is that what you're going to work on? You're going to work on where you fell? Or do you want to work on something else? And Joanne, we're going to work on you're not sleeping. So for those of you who are new, I am making a list and writing down what people want to work on and see if there's any underlying reasons. All right, and so Anne-Marie, we're going to see about anger. That's not good. Okay. Oh, well, that's good, Anne-Marie, because I thought you said last week that you weren't sleeping so good after the Reiki share that we did. Looks on my notes, I just have we stirred up something. So maybe that part's better. Oh, and there's Jane. Oh, yes. Was puny? Was that last week? Was that your word, Jane, that I had for you? I don't know if I've really ever said that word. Puny. Yes. puny around age 38, Jane. So let's work on that. Yeah, because I'd like you to feel like big and vibrant and confident. That's what I think when I imagine you, because I've actually never met Jane. We just chat a lot on Thursdays. All right, so Jane, puny. Oh my gosh, it's 7:11. We are late. So, is everyone ready for our first healing pulse of the night? So, what I want you to do is rub your hands together until they're warm, and then place your hands wherever you want to receive the energy. If you're not really sure, I would suggest sending it to your head or your heart, and place your hands there where you want to receive it. And then I want you to imagine that I'm going to place my hands on yours. So not only are you receiving your own healing energies, but mine too. And so I'm starting to send energy now. So the most important part for this whole process is just be open and allowing the energy to flow through my hands to your hands and then to wherever it needs to go. And some of you will feel this, most definitely. Some of you may not. I know for me personally, I don't always feel energy. Tonight, it's extra strong though. I've got quite a pulse going in my hands now, and it's sort of throbbing like a vein almost, just sort of definitely a really strong pulse. So I don't know if that's because we've got such a strong group in the room, or if there's just extra energy needed, so it's sort of pulling the energy through. But just imagine that energy going exactly to where it needs to go. And if any of you are watching on YouTube, just be aware I can see your comments. However, when you're on YouTube, you can't see the Facebook comments. And most people that watch on Thursdays watch on Facebook. I think YouTube we've got more people doing that for the replays just because it's easy. So just breathe that in, that energy. Ooh, now I went from pulsing. My fingertips are sort of tingly. I don't know if I've really experienced that before. It's very unusual. Sort of cool though. Love it when things like that happen. Yes. So just breathe in that energy. Okay. So that was our first healing pulse of the night. We will do another in about 15 minutes. So we're going to get started with the individual healing. So if you haven't noted what you want to work on, let me know. I've on my list so far, I have Joanne, Anne Marie, and Jane. Let me know what else you want to work on. Marina, did I miss you on what you want to work on? Or are you just quiet? Marina just must be quiet right now. And then Valerie, let me know. Oh, there you are, Valerie. Wow, Jane. I really like your recollections of when I give you something and you can tell me what it relates to, and it all really fits. All right, so Valerie, we're going to work on her injuries from falling off a horse. So let's see, knee, hip, lower back. Okay, and then there's Marina. Marina, wow. Freestyle. That's funny. No, Marina, I often do that in a session where I will work on very specific things, but I will also have sort of an overall category because sometimes there's big things that play a role that we're not even asking about because it's not related to the specifics. All right, Jane, you and your intuition. I like that. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to do Joanne first. And the first go around, we are going to work on seeing if there are any negative beliefs related to the issues that you have given me. I wonder what will come up, Marina. We shall see. All right, so negative beliefs. So let me get to that page. Okay, where'd it go? Oh, the last page. Okay. All right, so these are all beliefs that start with I. So Joanne wants to work on not sleeping the whole night recently. All right, so with this, Joanne, this is a recent negative belief. And I think you and I have even chatted about this, but part of it is COVID and just how different things are now. So the negative belief is, I don't fit in anywhere. And so let's get rid of that because I think having that even buried deep in your subconscious is holding you back from meeting new people because you don't feel like you fit in. So we're going to go ahead and just release that. So that did release. And the voids have been filled. Next one, Anne Marie. We're going to work on releasing anger. And there is a negative belief tied to that. So let's see what that is. Ooh, I don't matter. Let me get an age on this, Anne Marie. This is playing a role in your anger. Around age 29. So let's get rid of that because that's definitely not helpful. All right, so releasing and removing I don't matter. So that did release and the voids have been filled. Jane, you are next, and we were going to work on you not feeling puny. So imagine you standing tall and confident and strong. So we're going to take away any negative beliefs that are contributing to that feeling of being puny. And for those of you who weren't here last week, puny was one of the words that came up for Jane as a trapped emotion. So let's see. I am shameful. And I could see why that would make you want to be puny. Let me get an age on that. 17, Jane. Let's get rid of that, 'cause that's... Because that's... 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. That did release. And the voids have been filled. Valerie, let's see if we can work on reducing that pain. So let's see. I am less than. That's not good. Let me get an age on that. $16, Valerie. Let's get rid of that. It's a long time to carry that around. And looking at ages. So far we've had 29, 17, and 16. Yeah, those teenage things, that's a long time for people to carry around. All right, so we're releasing and removing I am less than from Valerie. So that did release. And the voids have been filled. Marina, you are next. So we're going to see what's a good overall negative belief to release from Marina. I am awkward. Did that come up before? Or maybe that was someone else. I know that's come up a few times. I just don't remember exactly when. Let me get an age on this, Marina. Age 11. Were you sort of gawky? Is that a word that translates? So we're going to release that. Okay. That's good because this will release a layer of that. So I'm getting that released and the voids have been filled. All right, so I've gotten through my list. If there's anyone else out there, feel free to put in a comment on what you want to work on. But I think we're going to switch to a different list. So this was the negative beliefs list. So let me see what list I'm going to use next to see if we can find more underlying causes. And we're going to go back to the negative emotion chart, or I should say charts, because with this there's over 400. And so we're going to go back to Joanne and see if there's negative beliefs that are playing a role. Or excuse me, not negative beliefs, negative emotions, trapped emotions, and see if they're causing Joanne not to sleep the whole night through. Okay, so I'm going to go to the next page. Pessimistic, Joanne. I guess that isn't a word I would typically think when I think of you, but let me get an age and see if it was. If I could spell pessimistic, double S and then mystic. Okay, so let's get an age on pessimistic. $29, Joanne. Let's get rid of that because that doesn't help you now. Because it sort of elevates going to the more negative. Okay, so that's released and the void has been filled. Anne Marie, you are next with anger. Let's see if there's anything else contributing towards that. Irresponsible. Let me get an age on that, Anne-Marie. "21." And I'm not getting this as yours, actually, though. So it must have been someone really close to you, friends or family, but they were close enough that their being irresponsible affected you. So let's go ahead and release that. So that's been released, and the voids have been filled. Super. Jane, we're going to work on that puniness. Let's see. And it's the word mocked. Let me get an age on that. Oh, there's Leslie. Very nice to see you. We have not seen you recently. We're doing individual healings right now, and in 3 minutes, we're doing our next healing pulse. So let me know if there's anything you want to work on, Leslie. All right, so Jane, let me get an age for mocked. 26, Jane, mocked. I could see that playing a role in puny. So let's get rid of that. You're welcome, Leslie. Okay, did that release? I am getting that did release from Jane, and the voids have been filled. All right, Valerie, you are next. Valerie, has your level of discomfort dropped a bit, at least, with what we've done so far? All right, Leslie, I'm going to put you right after Marina for inflammation. Okay, so let's see. Valerie. Indignant. Oh, I'm curious when this is. Oh, well, Anne-Marie, it's good we got rid of that. Good, Valerie. I'm glad you're making progress. Let's see if this helps remove another layer. So indignant at, let me just get back to that. Get too distracted with chats and everything. Luckily, the puppies are both sleeping. Got one on each side of me. "26, Valerie. Indignant." So let's release that cut. That is not helping you at all. Okay, that released, and the voids have been filled. All right, Marina, let's see what comes up next for your overall health. Miserable, Marina. Let me get an age on that. Age 13, Marina. Let's get rid of that. I know you had a tough childhood, but we don't want you to hang on to this stuff. Let's heal it and get rid of it so it can help you in your current life. All right, so that released, and the void has been filled. And Leslie, we are going to do yours right before we do the healing pulse. Let me see what comes up. Resentful. That is definitely a negative emotion. Let's see what age that is from. "31, Leslie. Does that sound familiar? So I'm going to go ahead and release it. Wow, Jane, I am so glad for you because I know work has been really hard for you the last year. So, wow. Good. So I've released resentful, Leslie, and the voids have been filled. So next we're going to do a healing pulse. So I want everyone to think about where you want to receive the energy. And if you want to do it in the same place as you did the first healing pulse, that's fine. But if you want to do someplace totally different, or if you don't really have a place, I would suggest sending it to your head or your heart. And I want everyone to rub your hands together. You are very welcome, Leslie. I'm glad you came by tonight. So place your hands exactly where you want to receive the energy. And this time I think we'll do some breath work. We're going to do my favorite little box breath. For those of you who experience a deeper healing using breath, I suggest you do this. So I want you to place your hands exactly where you want to receive the energy, and I am starting to send energy now. And so with the box breath, you breathe in really deep and you hold it. And then when you can't hold it any longer, you breathe the air out. Imagine as you're expelling the air, you're also expelling anything that doesn't belong. And then once all the air is out, then you hold it as long as you can. And then you breathe in and it just repeats. So breathe in and hold, breathe out and hold. All right, ready? So I'm going to breathe in, hold, out, and hold. Just imagine the energy going exactly to where it needs to go. Okay, that was our second healing pulse of the night. I want everybody to let me know how you did. Are you doing better? I'm reading Jane's comment on Facebook. Jane, that's amazing. So I think part of it is when you are able to let go of being defensive and being receptive to hearing what the other person is saying, it makes a whole lot of difference. Just because that defensive mode, I think it really sort of shuts down your listening skills. And especially if they're telling you something that's could be helpful, or maybe it's not 100% accurate, but maybe there's a piece of it that will make things better if you hear it. So I'm really thrilled for you, Jane. That sounds like you've made just a lot of progress. Good, Leslie. I am so glad. Oh, and Valor's yawning. So for those of you who don't yawn, for some people, yawning is a release and sort of not exactly a symptom, but total brain blank. Um, but a measure that the energy is flowing, and when you yawn, you're releasing and you're creating space for the healing. So very cool, Valerie. So let's see. I did get to my bottom of the list for the second time. What time is it? So we'll do another healing pulse at the end. But I think let's go through. I'm going to see if I'm going to use this list again or if I'm going to use a different list. Wonderful. Love all the people yawning, huh? Wonderful, Jane. So that sounds like a really good team for you to be a part of because they know how to work together and help each other. Because if you can get up to speed even quicker, it's going to mean the whole room works more easily together. So that's really nice. All right, so let me think here what we're going to do. Oh, there's Geraldine. Welcome. Sure. So, Geraldine, you are always welcome to participate in the healing pulses. Do you want any individual healing? Is there a place that you have discomfort or something that you're working on, something emotional? So, I'm going to just see which list I'm going to use, and I will definitely add you to my list, Geraldine. Oh, we're going to work on positive emotions. So that's sort of cool because mainly I work on removing negative, but sometimes it's not so much that you've got negative, but your positive levels are low. So let's see how that looks for everyone. All right, so going back to the list, we're going to start with Joanne. And so last time somebody had asked about working on holiday blues and missing family. I think we will start that next week. We'll do that for a couple weeks. All right, so let's see. So Joanne, actually, I'm going to put Geraldine here. So with the positive, I'm going to just see what Geraldine needs. Because with this, I don't exactly need to know the situation. So let's just see what Geraldine needs for positive reinforcement. Ooh, there we go. Even better, Geraldine. So let's see. Your timing was good. So let's see if there's anything positive we can reinforce that will help counteract the anxiety. And I'm getting there is. Responsive. So we are going to reinforce positive responses. And I'll come back at you at the end and we'll do a negative release because I got everyone else. We release some negative. Oh, good, Leslie. Very good sign. All right, so Joanne, let's see what positive emotion we are going to reinforce. Ooh, unique. That's cool. So we're going to reinforce that Joanne experiences being unique as a positive. I think being unique is cool. All right, so that reinforced. Okay, let's see. We have Anne Marie next. Let's see what we're going to reinforce for Anne Marie that's positive. So let's see. Anne Marie, we did a couple things with that anger. Let me know. Have you noticed the level of that dropping? So let's see. Ooh, it's the word release. That's a nice one. So we're going to reinforce that. I think that's a great word. I think that really fits you, Joanne. All right, so next, Jane. Let's see what we're going to reinforce for Jane. Ooh, understanding. That's a nice one. That sort of goes through with your breakthrough from last week, Jane. Let's reinforce that. Okay, so that reinforced. Valerie. Let's see what we're reinforcing for Valerie. Ooh, zealous. That's a cool one. So this is a positive, zealous. Reinforcing that for Valerie. I wonder if that means sort of like Valerie's looking to find her passion. Zealous. Fun. Okay. Marina, you are next. So let's see what comes up with Marina for positivity. Ooh, this is a nice one, Marina. Peaceful. Not typically a word I would use with you. So I think that's sort of cool. Let's reinforce that. Yes, positive responses, positive reactions. Geraldine. And I will find, because right before you came in, we finished with negative, but I will add you to that. So let's see. So I got Marina, we got Leslie. We're going to do positive. So let's see what comes up for Leslie. United. So that is not, I probably don't know you as well to know if that's a good fit. I just know you're a family gal. So I don't know if this has to do with family, but I sort of like it. So I'm going to reinforce it. Good, Marina. So I think not only is working on getting rid and releasing the anxiety, but imagining that there's more peace in your life. Well, I'm glad you stopped by, Leslie. Stay as long as your battery allows, but know that I've reinforced United for you. All right, so next I'm going to quick do Geraldine. And we're going to look for the anxiety, negative thoughts, and see if there is a reason for that. And I'm getting there is a, well, there's more than just a little, but we can take a piece of it away. So the good about that, Anne-Marie, is if it didn't lessen at all, then it tells you it would be really hard to work with. But if you can get it to ebb and flow, we just need to keep working on it. I know that's not exactly what you want, but I still think that's a positive thing. It would be nice if we could just snap our fingers and it just be gone entirely. But unfortunately, that doesn't always happen. So, Geraldine, I get the word punished. Let me get an age on that, and I'm hoping it relates to some type of event or something that happened. Around age 13. So that's playing a role in this anxiety and the negative feelings. So let's go ahead and release that. And the voids have been filled. All right. So we've done negative beliefs, negative trapped emotions, and then we've done positive trapped emotions. I think we might finish a little early tonight just because I've had a tough couple weeks. So as soon as school's over, I will be back to my normal adding extra stuff and trying out new things. But I think tonight I'm just going to focus on what I'm good at. And we've been doing that. So let's do. So we're going to do the aura strengthening. And then you'll get a week's worth of healing pulses to go. So for any of you who have not done the aura strengthening, basically what we want to do is we want to send energy to our aura. And actually, we're going to do a healing pulse in addition to this, just because that way Geraldine can enjoy that too. But let's do the aura strengthening first. The benefit to the aura strengthening is that it helps repel negativity when you have a strong aura. It keeps you more protective. So what I want you to do is rub your hands together. And if you want to just use your own healing frequencies, that's fine. If you want to add in healing pulse energies, that's fine. So then next I want you to beam energy to your aura. And so some, like I do it like this, but I know some people do it like this, back in at you. So however you decide to do it, or if you want to do here, or, wherever it's not like there's rules. So imagine that you're pulling in those energies and you're just sending the energy to your aura. And just imagine the energy coming out of your fingertips and just spreading all around you and making it your aura strong. And especially if you have trouble with negative people around you, put a little reflective coating, like a mirror, in that energy. And so that way, if somebody spews negativity at you, it sort of bounces back at them. From the mirror being reflective. So this is something good if you can to do every day. And I know those of you who have been practicing doing the aura strengthening have said that they notice a difference. You are very welcome, Geraldine. So just breathe in those energies. Okay. And so that was the aura strengthening. So let's do a final healing pulse of the night. So think about where you want to receive your energy. So like Geraldine, with your anxiety, think about where you're feeling that anxiety. Like with me, I feel it in the pit of my stomach usually. But not everybody's the same. So think about where you want to receive the energy and where you're feeling that anxiety. So I want everyone to rub their hands together. If If you don't know where you want to receive the energy, I suggest send it to your heart. Okay, so everyone place your hands exactly where you want to receive the energy. And imagine my hands on yours. And then you're just going to breathe in the healing energy. And so with this breath work that we're going to do, I just want you to breathe in as deep as you can, and then just immediately breathe out as deep as you can. Okay, so that was our last healing pulse of the night. Let me know how everyone's doing. Did you like the negative belief, negative trapped emotion, positive trapped emotion? Or not? That last part isn't quite right because it's a trapped emotion isn't positive. So it's a positive emotion we reinforce. That's what we did. So I sort of like that combination of things just because I think it's more powerful than just all negative. And we've done some work on the positive and the negative. So let me know what you think. Let me know how you're doing. Marina, what did you think about us focusing just on overall versus a specific thing? Yeah, and I think especially some of you, the positive reinforcement really seemed to fit what we've been working on the last few weeks. So that's sort of a cool thing. You are very welcome, Valeria. Valeria. That's what happens when I look at Valerie and Marina at the same time. Yeah, I think it was a nice combination. It was a really good healing tonight. So thank you so much. Oh, good, Valerie, because I think the lower back was the worst for you, wasn't it? Wow, Anne Marie. So what's going on with that? Was it too much? So Marina, did what came up, did that resonate with you? Yes, it was a good session. Joan will be sad because she really didn't want to miss, but she needed some outdoor doggy time, so good. I'm really glad you got some relief. So thank you, everyone. I hope to see you next week. Oh, and I didn't do my commercial. So here's my short little commercial. I am so bad at commercials. If you haven't noticed, I have a new client special. It's $60. That's like the lowest new client rate I've had in actually a long time. So if you have anyone who has not had a session with me, that is a great price. So let them know, or even buy them a really nice Christmas gift. So it might have been too much. You might have to send some Reiki to that, Anne Marie. Or use one of your healing pulses in a baggie and just imagine it just being calm and peaceful and protected. Yeah, it might have been just a little too much. Who would have thought though? But you've had some interesting experiences lately. Maybe it's healing, and so it's sensitive. But again, thank you. I've enjoyed having all of you here, and I hope to see you next week. Yes, I think that's a good one for you to take notice of, Marina. Wonderful. All right. And on that note, have a fabulous night. Bye.